Hello everyone, how are you all? Thank you, Deem. I'm fine, thank you. Welcome, girls. So, girls, today we will start with lesson 2, place value of decimals. So, please bring your books and open it on page 157. I'm fine, Rain. Thank you. Thank you, Emma. Okay, girls, so please bring your books and pencils and please open it on page 151, 57. Today we will talk about how to read and write decimal numbers according to the place value of each digit. I'm fine, thank you, Lama. So today we will talk about how to read and write decimal numbers according to the place value. And you remember we talked about this lesson, I think, on whole numbers, on 3-digit numbers or 4-digit numbers. So but today we will talk about the digits after the point. So let's start. You can use a place value chart to understand decimals. So you remember the place value chart, and today we will use it but 4 digits after the decimal point. So decimals are to the right of the decimal point. So we will talk about the right side. The thousands place is to the right of the hundreds place. So let's start. This is the place value chart, and we talk about this, I think, on second lesson or third lesson in chapter 1. And we talked about ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, etc. But we didn't talk about the point and the digits after the point, which is here. We will start with tens, hundreds, and thousands, and the difference between this digit and this digit, th in the end, as we said. So today we will remember together the forms for any numbers. You remember we have 3 forms in any number: standard form and word form and expanded form. And today we will talk about this also, but we will talk about the digits after the point. That's mean the decimal part. Okay, so if I want to lie the numbers, this number, okay, please change your name. I don't know who it is. I think you have to write your name in Arabic, please, or in English. Okay, Noor, welcome. Please write your name. Okay, so today, look, this number is what? In standard form, the number is 1.726. Okay? If I want to put this number in the place value chart, I have to take the numbers and put it according to the place or the position for each one. So the one, this one in the ones digit, that's mean I have to put it in the ones digit, and between the ones and tens here I have to put a point to know that I will start the decimal part. So the point is, make the difference between whole part, this is the whole part, and this is the decimal part. Okay, this is the whole part and this is the decimal part. Okay, so if I want to lie any number, I have to know the position or the digit of this number. So 1 right here, I will write the number here, 1.726. 1 in the ones digit, that's mean I have to put it in and take it and put it in the ones digit. After the point we will start with the tens. 7 in the tenth digit, the first digit after the point, I will lie the 7 here, and 2 in the hundredth digit, the second digit after the point, and 6 in the thousandth digit, the third digit after the point. Okay? Now, if I want to write the value of each number, okay? I know the number right here is 7 in the tens, but what is the value of the number? The value of the number, I have to write the number as a decimal. That's mean the value of this 7 is 0.7 tenths. That's mean this 7 in the tenth digit. Also, the hundreds, or 2 in the hundreds, 2 the second digit after the point. So to know here the value of this 2, that's mean I have to write this number as a decimal number. Why? Because this number in the decimal part in the second digit. Okay? So the value of the number is what? 0.2 hundredths or 0.02. Okay? Now 6 in the thousands. 6 in the thousands. 6, I have to write the value of the 6. So that's mean I have to write this 6 as a decimal number, and I have to put this 6 in the thousandth digit. That's mean it will be 0.6 thousandths or 0.006. Okay? Now look at this row. In this row, the number is written as a number multiplied with a fraction. Okay? Please focus with me. Okay? Focus with me. Okay. So I will write each decimal here, each number as a number multiplied with a decimal fraction. We named those fraction 1 over 10, 1 over 100, 1 over 1000 decimal fraction. Why we name it decimal fraction? Because when the fraction or when the denominator is a powers of 10, that's mean this is a decimal fraction. If the denominator equals 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, etc., we named or we called this fraction decimal fraction. Okay? Look, you know that 0.7, if I want to write it as a fraction, as we said in the first lesson in this chapter, I told you that if I want to write it as a fraction, it will be 7 over 1 over 10, right? It will be 7 over 10. So you can write it as a 7 multiply 1 over 10, because when you want to here to break this fraction, it will be 7 multiply 1 over 10. Try to multiply 7 with 1 over 10. How I will do it? You know, when I want to multiply a whole number with a fraction, I have to multiply the whole with the numerator. So 7 multiply 1 equals 7, so it will be 7 over 10. So here you can break down the decimal fraction. Also, if I want to write this 0.02 or 2 hundredths, I told you 2 hundredths, if I want to write it as a fraction or decimal fraction, it will be 2 over 100, because it's 2 hundredths. So it will be as a fraction 2 over 100. Okay? Also, you can break down this fraction or decimal fraction and write it as 2 multiply 100. 2 multiply 1 over 100. Try to multiply this 2 with 1 over 100. 2 multiply 1 equals 2 and over 100. So I broke down the number, the fraction, the decimal fraction. Also, this number is if I want to write it here as a decimal fraction. So this is 6 thousandths. I told you in the first lesson, 6,000, it will be what? 6 over 1,000. 6 over 1,000. Because the number is or lies in the thousandth digit. So if I want to write the number as a decimal fraction, it will be 6 over 1,000. So if you want to break down this fraction and write it like this, 6 multiply 1 over 1,000, okay, you can, because 6 multiply 1 equals 6, so I can break down here the fraction and write it as a multiplication between a whole number and a decimal fraction. Okay? Very important to understand this. It's the opposite way. It's the opposite way of the whole numbers. You remember in tens number, to find the value of any number, like if I have here 2, so the value of the 2, it will be what? 2 multiply 10. You remember? 2 multiply 10. You remember this? So the tens is the opposite way. It will be the number multiply 1 over 10. This is what I mean in decimal. The decimal means the number is small, a part of a 10 parts. So also in hundreds, in the whole number, we remember that if I have, as an example, if I want to complete this table, but it's not completed here, if I have here a hundreds and I have like 5 in hundreds, so the value of the 5, it will be 5 multiply what? Multiply 100, right? Multiply 100. So here, if I want to find the value of the hundreds, it will be the number multiply 1 over 100. It's the opposite way. Decimals based on division, not multiplication. Okay? So the number will be smaller. Also in decimal numbers, we have 3 forms: standard form, word form, expanded form. Standard form, according to the numbers, or how to write the number as it is. I will write the number as it is. That's mean it's 1.726,000. Now, what about the word form? How I will read the number. Look how I will read the number. You have to save the way. How to read a number. So, how I will read this number? Very important. First thing, I will read the whole number, which is here 1. So, I will set 1. 1. What about this point? How I will mention in the word form that I have a point here. In word form, the decimal point is written and. You remember in word form in the whole, there is no and. You have to read the number or write the number with no and. There is no and. So in and means you have a decimal point. So if I want to write here this decimal point as a word in words form, I have to write and. So it will be 1 and. 1 and. And what? Let's start with the decimal part. The decimal part. How I will write it? Look, this number 726. If I want to read it, I will read it like this: 726. 726. But what? 26 what? Thousands. Why I will set thousands? To know that I have here 3 digits after the point. 3 digits after the point. So I will read the number as any number, like any number. Any number with 3 digits, I will read it how I will read it 726. But to mention here in word form that I have here a 3 digit after the point, 3 digits, sorry. So it will be thousands in the end. Okay? So how I will read this number? 1 and 726 what? Thousands. Okay? This is about the word form. This is about the word form. What about the expanded form? In expanded form, I have to write the value of each number. Write the value of each number. So according to the place value here chart, I will write the value of each number. So let's start. We will start with the ones or the whole part. The ones here is 1. So the value in the ones, it will be 1 multiply 1, as we learned in the first chapter. So the value of the 1, it will be the same number. So 1 multiply 1. Now we will start with the decimal part. What about the decimal part? So we will start with the tens. 7 in the tens digit. The value of the 7, it will be what? 7 multiply 1 over 10. 7 multiply 1 over 10. If the number in the tens digit, the value of the number, it will be the number multiply 1 over 10. So I will write the value of this number. And please write parentheses here, those parentheses around the fraction, okay, to know or to, because I want to multiply a whole number with fraction. Now let's continue. 2 in the hundreds. In the hundreds, the value of the number in the hundreds digit, it will be, thank you Ragad, it will be the number multiply 1 over 100. 1 over 100. The number multiply 1 over 100. Thank you Almas, thank you Larissa. Okay, so this is the value. Now what about the 6? 6 in the thousands digit, that's mean the value of the number is 6 multiply 1 over 1000. So the decimal part, in decimal part, the value will be or will convert to a fraction, not a number. Okay, let's continue now and let's solve the first exercise on this page. Okay, look at this exercise. I want here to find the word form and expanded form, or complete the word form and expanded form for each decimal number or for each number. Look, we will solve it. Focus with me. So the number is 2.35 what? Hundredths, because I have 2 digits after the point. So what about the word form? I told you, you have to write the number as we read it, like you read it. So let's read the number. We will start with the ones. 2. The point will be what? And. 2 and. So 2 and is written already. 2 and what? 35. How I will read this number? 35. Excellent. 35 what? How many digits after the point? 35 hundredths. Excellent, girls, but don't forget th in hundredths, not hundreds. Okay, with d. Okay, so it will be 35. Okay, 35 hundredths. This is the word form. Don't forget the th here, okay? What about the expanded form? Let's find the expanded form. So we will start with the ones. The ones digit 2. 2 multiply 1. This is the value of the 2. Now I want the value of the 3. 3 in the 10th digit. That's mean it will be 3 multiply what? 10th digit. That's mean the number multiply 1 over what? 1 over 10. Okay? Now, 5 in the hundredth digit. 5 in the hundredth digit. Thank you, Rina. Thank you, Lana. That's mean I will take the number plus 5 multiply what? Hundredth digit. That's mean 5 multiply 1 over 100. Okay? This is the expanded form. Now, exercise B. Here I want to find the standard form. Okay? The standard form is, look, I will know it from the word form. In word form, let's read the number 3 and. That's mean I have 3 in the ones digit and represent the decimal point. 3 and. So I have 3 in the ones digit and means I have a decimal point. Okay? Now 600 14,000 614,000. That's mean, okay, that's mean how many digits after the point I have here? Thousands mean I have what? I have 3 digits after the point. So I will look at the thousands and I will know that I have 3 digits after the point. 614, that's mean I have 614. I will write the number as it is. 614. And this is the standard form. Thank you all. I'm sorry I can't follow all the chat. Thank you all. Now what about the expanded form? Let's start. 3 in the ones digit. 3, the value of 3, it will be 3 multiply what? Multiply 1. Thank you, Fatima. Thank you, Lana. Now the value of the 6, it will be 6 in the 10th digit. That's mean 6 multiply 1 over 10. Thank you, Larissa. Thank you, Lama. So now, what about the 1? 1 in the hundredth digit. The value of the hundredth digit, it will be the number 1 multiply 1 over 100. What about the 4? 4 in the thousandth digit. 4 in the thousandth digit. That's mean the value of the number, it will be 4 multiply 1 over 1000. Okay? Don't forget the comma, please. Thank you, Fatima. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Rina. Thank you, Wajd. Okay? So write it, please, in your book. And let's move to example on page 158. If you finish, please type 1 on the chat. One time only, please. If you didn't finish, type 0. Okay, I think all of you finished. Okay. Okay. So let's move to the example on page 152. In this example, also I have a number. And I want to write the number in the place value chart. I want to write the number in the place value chart. The first number, I will erase those. Okay. The first number, this is a problem, I think. And the first number in this problem, it will be what? 0. I have two numbers, 0.0 0.003 and 0.3. Okay, if I want to write the number in the place value chart, let's write the first one, then let's write the second one. The first one, 0.003. So this is 3 in which digit? This 3 in the third digit after the point. That's mean it will be where? Let's slide the number. Look, I will look at the point here and look at the point here, and you have to order the numbers, okay? So that's mean I have 0 before the point in the ones digit, and I have 2 zeros after the point. That's mean in the tens and in the hundreds. So after 2 zeros I have 3. That's mean this 3 will be in the thousands digit. Thank you, girls. What about the number here, 0.3? Also, I will look at the point here and order the number in the chart. So I have a 0 in the ones digit before the point, and what I have after the point, 3. That's mean this 3 will lie on the tens digit. So the number will be 0.3 tens. Okay? Now in this step 2, count the number of decimal place value positions to the digit 3 in 0.3 and in 0.003. That's mean in 0.3 tens and in 0.3 thousandths. So how many here, or which number or which 3 has the fewer decimal part or the fewer decimal places, you think, sorry. Which one has the fewer decimal places? Look, in this number I have how many places after the point? Thank you, girls. Excellent. So how many places after the point in this number? I have 1, 2, 3 digits. Okay? But in this number I have only 1 digit. So the difference between those numbers, excellent girls, the difference between the digits is 2. Here I have 3 digits. Here I have 1 digit. So this number or this number is fewer than this number, by 2 digits. Okay? So 0.3 has 2 fewer decimal places than 0.003. This is how I can compare between the number of digits between two numbers. Okay? Okay, girls? Now, 2 fewer decimal places in this number. So 10 multiplied 10 equals what? 10 multiplied 10, thank you, girls, equals 100. Because I have to put 2 zeros after the 2 zeros next to the answer. Okay? Now, which one is the greater number, and how much this number is greater? How much? You have to know which one is the greater, and you have to give me the expression, the full expression, please. Which one is the greater? I think 0.3, thank you, girls, greater than 0.003 by 100 times. Excellent. So 0.3 is 100 times as much as 0.003. Why? Because the difference between the numbers or the digits between those numbers is 2 digits. That's mean I have 2 zeros. That's mean this number is greater than 0.3 thousandths by 100 times. Okay? Or if I want to write it in opposite way, this number is less than this number by 100. That means 0.3 thousandths is 1 over 100 from this number. And this expression, I think we solved similar exercise yesterday. Okay, yesterday the same expression here, this one and this one. Okay, that's represent the relationship between the digits, but here not between the tens and the hundreds, the digits that next together, no, between the tens and the thousands here. Okay, now so if I want to know the number or thread as written here, thread is 100 times as much as, or times as thick, as the garden spider silk. We talked about a thick for two thickness. Okay, but I want you to understand the idea here. Okay, girls? Now on the same page, you finish writing here. You finish? If you finish, please type 1 just one time. Thank you. Okay, so let's move to the last thing. I have this table and I want to solve this table. Let's solve this table together. Now, rename 0.3 using other place values. Here I will use a place value to rename the number according to the word form, or how I will read the number according to the place value, and I will write the place value or I will write the number in expanded form. Look, I can read this number in 3 ways, and I want you to focus with me here, please. Focus with me. Look, the same number I can read it in 3 ways. Why? Because you remember that I told you yesterday the 0 after the point. Look, if I have 0.3, and I told you yesterday that the 0 on the right side in the decimal part doesn't change the value. Okay, doesn't change the value. So if I read it or if I didn't read it, the same value. Okay, like when I said 1 yesterday, I told you, if I said 1 and put a 0 on the left side, there is any change in the value here? No, there is no change in the value. So the same thing in decimal part, but in opposite direction here. I have to put the 0 next to the number on the right side, so it will not make a change of the value of the number. So if I said 0.3 or 0.30, the same value. So the table talked about this. So if you put 0.3, that means this 3 in the 10th digit, and erase those zeros. Okay, erase those zeros. So the number will be what? A 10th number. A 10th number. So the number will be what? 3/10. Okay, 3/10, because the number is in the 10th digit. And the value of the number is the value of the number according to the expanded form, because the number in the 10th digit, it will be 3 multiply 1 over 10, as we said. 3 multiply 1 over 10. Now, if I put a 0 next to the number on the right side, yesterday I told you it will not change the value of the number. So it will be what? If you put a 0 next to the 3 and erase this, please. So it will be what? It will be 0.30, but 30 what? 30 what here? 30 hundredths. Because I have two digits. I have two digits after the point. So it will be 30 hundredths. Okay? And according to the place value, if I want to write this number in expanded form, it will be what? It will be the number here is in the hundredths digit. That's mean I will multiply the number with 1 over 100. So it will be 30 multiply 1 over 100. What if I put 2 zeros? If I want to put 2 zeros after the point or next to the number on the right side in the decimal part, so it will be what? The number will be what? Thank you, Larissa. So the number will be 300, right? But 300 what? Look, I have 3 digits after the point. That's mean I have here thousands digit. That's mean it will be 300. Thank you, Rina. 300 what? 300, I will write it here. Thousands. Okay, 300 thousands, and it will have the same value. It will have the same value of the number before it or before it. Okay, and if I want to write it in expanded form, this number will be what? In the thousands digit. That's mean the value of the number will be 300 multiply what? 1 over 100. No. 1 over 100. Okay? 1000, I'm sorry. Okay? So both sorry, not both. The three numbers have the same value, but I can write it in different ways. Okay? I can write it in different ways. So we will stop here, girls. Today we finished those 2 pages. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will solve more exercises about this lesson, and you will understand it very well. Thank you very much.